effect. I'm just seeing if there's anything else I should just go, like, take out right now. Should I take anything else out of the deck? How many creatures do we actually have? Do we need more? That's, I guess, a reasonable amount. Yeah, for a control deck that's trying to just put like 1 or 2 big threats on the field at a time and trying to just control the game with cheap counter magic and removal. Doesn't need like a super high creature count deck like this. I'm usually trying to just get like 1 threat on the board and keep it there. Okay, that can either like exile somebody's graveyard or just be played as a land. I know it pains me to just consider cutting this from the deck, because if I'm not gonna play Bazaar of Baghdad now, then like when? I don't think I'm ever gonna get... I'm never gonna go through the hoops to try and get this card in real life. It's way too expensive. And then there's just the fact that it's banned in so many formats because it's just really that, like, broken, but... I'm not really having that much luck breaking this. I mean, yeah, draw 2, discard 3, unless I'm discarding some extremely impactful cards. I'm just gonna be, like, going, like, negative in terms of card advantage the more I use this. Honestly, just thinking I'd rather just stick to playing cards than maybe just let me go directly into my deck to put exactly what I want into the graveyard. And yes, I did go to the Smith a little bit earlier in-game to go pick up some upgrades for the deck. So where's Buried Alive? It should be in here, so yes. I know I picked up, like, I think I picked up, like, 5 cards or something. I just want to go and find the rest of them. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I also grabbed a Necromancy. More ways to get creatures out of the graveyard once they're there. Okay, that's a consistent way to, like, discard cards from my hand. Why don't I just put this in, like, the 99? Yeah, I definitely thought I also had this Shorakai Genesis Engine also lying around. Can just draw 2 cards, discard a card every single turn. Unless, of course, it gets removed from the field, that is. So yeah, I finally got around to also just making some of those pressure highlights from like a couple days ago. I mean, yeah, that Chaos run, I definitely feel like I should have probably just highlighted that, like, re-uploaded it sooner? I mean, it only took 3 days, but I was still pretty proud of that. Only took 3 days, but it still definitely felt like I really accomplished something with that. I'm very sure I just, like, got another, like, I got a 5th card from the Smith, but I can't remember what it is. Like, wow. I only did this, like, a couple days ago, and I can't remember. Surely I will notice something in here. Surely this will be a card I absolutely recognize. Wow, and I'm not recognizing it. Wow. Okay, this would make us both draw an extra card every turn and then discard a card. I mean, that too could be playable in this deck. Absolutely. If I needed just, like, a discard outlet. Okay, that I think, yeah, especially against a spell that costs a lot of mana to cast, that's just a nice tempo piece. Especially if they're spending all their mana on one spell and then I just, yeah, basically... Sure, it goes back to their hand, they can try and recast it, but... If you spent all your mana for their turn on one spell and then it just doesn't resolve. And then I also draw a card, yeah, that's just really good tempo. I mean, then again, to be honest, I'm just kind of having a hard time just making more cuts to the deck as is anyways. And yes, I do want to have some board wipes. I do want to have ways to just get stuff off the board if it starts to become too much. I think for now that's going to be the extent to which I change the deck up. Okay, I don't believe I have it yet, but... I could just... It's just a quick Google search away as to, like, what set Agent of Treachery comes from. MTG Core Set 2020. And it's just a matter of going to the Smith and then just spending money till I get the card that I want. I think I scrolled down to the M's, I think it's called Magic 2020 or something. I'm seeing 2010 through 2015, that's not what I'm looking for. Do they just call it Core Sets 2020? I think so. They do. 9 possible cards. Okay, that really narrows it down. was easy. You know what? I think I would really want to get that in there, but what am I gonna cut at this point? At this point, I'm just like, what do I take out of the deck? I can't think of anything else that gets cut. I'm usually not really needing the hand knowledge from my opponent too badly. Maybe I'll just swap this out for the Gitaxian Probe. Throw that back in. Yeah, pretty much any deck where I can just cheat creatures into play for far less than they actually cast. If I'm in the colors to play Agent of Treachery, usually that's what I want to be doing. When this enters the battlefield, gain control of any target permanent. Literally just take your opponent's best permanent for yourself. And if you steal enough of their shit, you're drawing 3 extra cards every turn. Eldrazi Pentakey Shards. One of the 5 keys to the Eldrazi Prison. And then this is also a key I need to get into the Eldrazi Prison. Okay, that's an item you can equip. I remember, yeah, exactly where I got, like, the first, like, Eldrazi key shard. Okay, whichever castle it was that had, like, the Ramos Dragon Engine. Whichever one that was. So yeah, that was in the colorless biome. I think I want to just go and try and full clear the colorless biome. This right there, I know I already did. I didn't even see you. Alright, let's just go at it. I'm thinking before I have to put too many cards back into the deck, and then my small starting hand is too small. So at this point, we're now trying to just find a big creature card to just dump into the graveyard. All I have is just a pile of lands. And like one removal spell. I can discard a card instead of paying 3 life as the additional cost. Okay, pay the mana cost and then discard the card. I'll finish him off next turn at this point, there's no doubt about it. Yeah, just let me go and figure out what I actually need to do to further advance the game. Whenever this deals combat damage to a player, both of us draw that many cards. This castle I want to take a look at if I stop running into things. Lorehold Classroom. Classroom feels unusually old and dusty for a place that clearly sees a lot of use. Lorehold isn't accepting new students at the moment. Leave now, or it'll be nothing but another failure lost to history. How hard can it be to go? I think I just want to go straight after the dragon there, see how hard that's gonna be. This is exactly what we did the last game. Yeah, the last game I played. Discard a creature and then just, yeah, revive it, bring it back into play. I'll just make it so he's not really able to play anything like that's cost like more than 2 mana. Or more than 1. I'll just leave him without any land cards to work with. I'll just get rid of 2 of his lands and then he'll just kind of be stuck on 1. Oh, I thought that said, for some reason, I thought that said Beacon of Destiny. Next time a source of your choice would deal damage to you this turn, that damage is dealt to Beacon of Destiny instead. Tatterkite can't have counters placed on it. I think this is like yeah, this is a Shadowmoor block, and there were like a lot of cards that were just placing +1/+1 counters on things. So it makes sense to see this in Shadowmoor, at least. One of the students is literally an elephant. Anyways, just gonna go straight after the dragon. I'm definitely expecting juicier loot from the dragon. If anything. Foretell a card, okay. So I guess I'll just make this attack first things first. We'll just discard this. And then I can just get it onto the field via this next turn. And now I can get rid of something else. Okay, that's fine. No, I want to keep Ancestral Recall on top of the deck. Alright, make a copy of Ashen Rider. Just get rid of something else. Just get rid of yet another of his lands. Best he can muster up, I guess, now is a Felwar Stone. Oh no, I think this, like, cheating Ashen Rider into play is getting a little bit old. Unlocks the lower gate. This might be getting a little stale already, just cheating Ashen Rider into play every game. And then just flickering it to just get rid of even more permanents. I recognize this card from, like, way back, and I'm like, okay, we can side this in against a very artifact-heavy deck. Make every single artifact cost an additional 1 to keep on the field every upkeep. You could totally side this in against the artifact deck. It could work. But I think I have to get this elephant out of the way to actually go and open the lower gate. I don't think the elephant's just gonna move. Well, at least not towards... Well, it's gonna move towards me. I have enough lands in my hand as it is anyways. Yeah, I suppose I can hide behind Baleful Strix for a bit. Okay, that's it. I'll force both of us to discard a card. That one will go. Two damage, that's it. I'll let it resolve. Especially, yeah, I'm still gonna have Liliana on the field. Most certainly still gonna have her around. Destroyed that with Fel. And then, from there... I guess just to get that last creature off his field. Seven damage here. I'll pass. Okay, that's fine. If I counter this, it just goes back to the opponent's hand. So I'm gonna let it resolve. Alright, I'll pass turn. 3 damage to any target, and then he gains 3 life, sure. Okay, whatever we don't need... I did play my land this turn, so I can't play it now. I'll just remand this. I think I'll just pitch my 2 extra lands here. Now if I find something to also just bring it back from the graveyard, that would be amazing. Well, actually, yeah, I will cast the Ponder here. And then I'll just shuffle the library. Pass. That costs 8 mana. I'll just use a Force of Will to counter it. I can put another, like, card into my graveyard that's not legendary. Counterspell. Okay, animate that. Perfect. Oh, I already have an Anointed Procession, but yeah, if I want to just make twice as many tokens as usual, that can do that. So what is this? Return a creature... No, return a permanent card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard, either to your hand or the battlefield, every single turn. Interestingly enough, yes, this could also be lands. Interestingly enough. Whenever an opponent casts their first spell each turn, they exile, and then you basically just cast like the first non-land card for free off the top of their deck every single time they play a spell. Change to the colors of a creature. It's just a few more cards, isn't it? This kind of just ended up being an extra stop. This is, I think, yeah, this is what I was trying to go see. Sliverhive. This is what I was looking for. A cacophony of chittering echoes through the colossal cave ahead of you. Massive worm-like creatures, legendary much-feared slivers, ride all over the walls and ceiling ahead. The giant lords looming above the endless swarms of... Oh yeah, one of my favorite, like, archetypes. One of my favorite, like, creature types. Sliver. Just jam them all into a single deck, and then just watch them all gain the abilities from each other. If you press on, you'll have a hell of a fight on your hands. So it's all slivers for sale. If I want to make my own sliver deck... Yeah, this would definitely be the place to start buying them. And I'm under the assumption I have to fight every one of these. Sliver Hive Lord. So that for every, like, legendary, like, Sliver commander that was ever printed, every single one that was ever printed is gonna be in this cave. This is the one that gives all slivers indestructible. So every single sliver that was ever printed. Well, the legendary ones that can legally be commanders, I meant to say. Huh, I still have a 1 land hand if I keep this. I have Ponder, I have a Surveil trigger from just fetching into a Surveil land. I'm like, if that's not a land, I'll put it in my graveyard. I can also, yeah, just put a land on top of my deck and draw it, so... Do I want to shuffle the library? This time, no. This time I'm not shuffling. Slivers can't be blocked except... Okay, I basically cannot block anything anymore until this goes away. Yeah, I'll get rid of the one that's giving everything +0/+1 on his field. Oh wow, casting this already. So yeah, slivers, every single sliver my opponent has is indestructible, okay. Or I can just steal it for myself. Destroy all creatures. Well... Oh, Fierce Guardianship. Did I cast Amina too? Yes, I did. So I can cast that for nothing at all. I just want to see my graveyard. Okay, delve all 6 cards away. Starting to think this game isn't going to last much longer. Okay. Counter, and then I'm gonna get 2 treasure tokens. Alright. I'll just attack like this again. Sliver Hive Lord, wash away. So I think, to nobody's surprise, I'm probably gonna win a bunch of slivers. Oh wait, never mind. I got Sliver Hive Lord and that was it. As far as slivers go, that was the only one I got. Alright, we'll fight the white one next. The Sliver Grave Mother. Is this the one that gives... Yeah, Encore. For each opponent, create a token copy that attacks that opponent. It's only gonna, like, create, like, 1 copy. That's gonna be attacking me, of course. Yeah, I think we can try this hand out. Slivers cannot be the target of spells or abilities. Oh, really now? Anything and everything that would target them just simply no longer works. And you become the monarch. Oh boy. Now I gotta deal with stuff having Shroud and the opponent just having tons of card advantage for very little effort, too. And not to mention, I cannot target a single one of these with anything unless I can get this Sliver off the field. There's definitely a chance I end up losing this one. And then there's a Cloud Shredder Sliver in there that's gonna give, like, flying and haste. Oh, Unmarked Grave. Let's do something with that. Put any non-legendary creature card into my graveyard. I can surely come up with something now, can't I? I just have to do the attack to actually get this onto the battlefield. Okay, and I also have the crown, so that's gonna be helpful. Also, I don't see the Crystalline Sliver on the field anymore. You know, the one that's giving everything Shroud, I don't see it on the field anymore. And now, once again, just free to target everything with spells and abilities. I guess if we still needed an actual board wipe, we have one. That would have definitely dealt with Shroud. That does not target. I'll just entomb another big scary creature into my graveyard. Okay, so this dies to a simple go for the throat. If I exile another permanent I own and then return it to the battlefield under my control again. Just to make them lose, just to make the Sliver, like, lose even more cards from their hand and their one creature they still had. If I do Exhume, I'll just do Necromancy instead. That'd be better. Alright, exile any permanent. Attack, draw another card. Okay, definitely play our land here. I'll pass. Draw an extra card, and then we'll just discard one of them. Yep, and that's a wrap. Destroy all creatures and any number of target players each mill half their library. Interesting. I mean, that is certainly a that is definitely, most certainly a way to get creatures into my graveyard if I target myself. Yeah, that would certainly do the trick if I target myself. Each spell that would cost less than 3 mana to play costs 3 mana to play. I think this card is like a big thing in Vintage. Isn't there like, I know there's a land that taps for 3 mana if you just spend it only to cast artifacts, and then they just play like a bunch of expensive artifacts, but they can just power them out super duper quickly with, oh yeah, Mishra's Workshop. They just play a bunch of expensive artifacts, but they power them out stupidly fast with Mishra's Workshop. And often, like, yeah, turn 1 Trinisphere. Most decks that don't just play the Workshop are playing, like, cheaper spells. Also think about, like, all the Moxen and Black Lotus. Those would suddenly all cost 3 mana to cast as well. And then they're not broken anymore. Yeah, someone who personally loves to just play as much stuff that costs like 1 or 2 mana as possible, I'm probably never gonna play this. I'd kind of just need to rebuild my deck around it. And even then, it's just gonna be like a 1-of in a 99 card deck, so no, this ain't really happening. So there's still at least 3 of these, like, legendary slivers to go fight. Sliver Legion. All slivers get +1/+1 for each other sliver in play. Well, it just started off with an Entomb in our opening hand. Anyways, I think I have absolutely nothing to worry about. Attack with everybody. Alright. I don't mind. Again, I don't mind. And then I'll just exile and have a re-enter, and then sacrifice his last creature. Ooh, Sol Ring. We'll just put this on the top of the deck and draw it next turn. Oh, I forgot. I'm just gonna attack with this and then draw a card, and now it's in my hand again. I guess forget what I said. Oh, I'm back at maximum hand size, so I have to discard. I was above maximum hand size, so yeah, I gotta discard a card. Mystical Tutor into Reanimate. I'll just cast it. And then take Sliver Legion for myself. Is that a Sorrow's Path I see? Yeah, it is. That is a Sorrow's Path. Oh, Blood Crypt. Not sure if I own one already, but now I most certainly do. Okay, this one I don't actually recognize. Warp 3, so you can just pay 3 to just put it onto the battlefield, and then it just gets exiled at the end step, and then you have to just cast it from exile on a later turn. Conjure a random card from the Sliver spellbook into the top 10 cards of your library at random, then draw a card. Okay, now I think I know exactly why I don't recognize this one. This one, I think, is digital only. This one was probably never printed on paper. Yeah, I'm seeing some digital only mechanics, so I think that explains it. I just realized I kept a hand with 0 lands in it. And now I just want to be certain that I'm going to have a land to play at least next turn, and maybe can still do a bit of stuff. Can still maybe do at least a few things with 2 mana, hopefully. I don't know what else to really do right now. Okay, Verdant Catacombs. Nice. I got a scrubland with that. And then from there... not really much we can do at the moment, sadly. Honestly, we're not really doing a whole lot right now. I guess I can destroy 1 creature. I would ideally just rather get rid of, I don't know, all of them. This would also give my opponent Slivers flying as well. That would become a 4-2. Pass. It comes in tap, but next turn I'll just drop like one of these next turn. Lymph Sliver warped. Alright, everything is summoning sec. Wrath of God. Destroy all creatures that can't be regenerated. Pass turn. That could get out of hand real quick if it just starts making a shit ton of slivers. If I let it, that is. I have like no really good creatures in my graveyard. I guess I could steal this and I guess just keep it around as a blocker. If I just need something to hide behind, I guess I can do that. What am I putting? I have to put something back on top of the deck. If a source would deal damage to a sliver, prevent 1 of that damage. I'll just put Exhume back into the deck. I guess cast this so I can just start drawing extra cards every turn. Pass turn. All slivers get +2/+2. Even the one that I stole with Reanimate. Both attacking Amina 2. Pair of 5/5s. So I'll block this one here. Tundra into my hand. Next top card of my deck is a Gitaxian Probe. I meant to cast Amina too, I accidentally cast Necromancy. Alright, I guess I'll take your Brood Sliver then. If I don't have any good creatures of my own to revive, I'll just have to steal my opponent's. I'll just take theirs instead. I lose 1 life. Not a big deal. Top card of my deck is now a Mystical Tutor. That can be any instant or sorcery I want. I don't have anything that revives a creature from the graveyard, though, I just realized. And I would still have this on the field. Unless, I don't know, I just wiped the board again or something. Okay, maybe it was, like, maybe I should not have taken that for myself. I can just go put, like, a bunch of my best creatures into my graveyard now. Now I just need to find something that revives all of them. And ideally, yeah, hurry this up and find it quick. Block. Play Supreme Verdict. I'll pass back to him. Spend all the mana to recast this, okay. I'll play a Brainstorm. Just seeing what we find, and... oh, wow. Put Spell Queller first. Demonic Council... there's no way I don't have Delirium. I can go get any card out of my deck. That's amazing. It's looking like it's going to be an Animate Dead. If I do Agent of Treachery, I can steal that for myself. If I do Archon of Cruelty, he just sacrifices it. I draw another card. Just what I need to actually start refilling my hand. And we get to refill our hand, too, on top of that. I probably have more than enough lands as it is. Sliver, creatures you control have haste. Okay. Sure. I'll replay my commander, I guess. Send everyone in to attack. Oh, Dance of the Dead. This just gets better and better. Now I can bring something else back from my grave. Ashen Rider. Exile target permanent. Exile another permanent I own, return to the battlefield under my control. Archon of Cruelty. Just make this come back and yeah. Make him keep discarding and sacrificing, and I'm gonna draw and gain more life. I'll just cast a No More Lies. Counter his commander. Alright, Phantasmal Image will copy Archon of Cruelty. And now, yeah, this is definitely my game. Certainly took a while, but once I did, I had nothing to worry about. Okay, so that's a dog. Whenever another creature you control enters, it gets +2/+0 and gains haste until end of turn. That sounds like a lot of fun in the right deck. Choose a card type, and then spells you cast on that chosen card type cost 1 less to cast. I'll keep it. How many shards is that? 6 shards. And then this is Sliver Overlord. Isn't this the one that you just pay 3, search for any sliver from your deck, put it into your hand? Yep, exactly. Each sliver gains 2, sacrifice this creature, deals 2 damage to any target. So I guess this finally has some opposition. Unless I just exile it immediately. This is like, what, turn 2 Sliver Overlord? Should maybe save removal for that instead. Yeah, turn 2 Sliver Overlord. I can still remove it. You can just replay it. And yeah, safe to say I just don't think this is gonna work. Pass. I can counter that. I'm gonna try and just play a board wipe anyway, so let that resolve. I was kind of hoping he was just gonna put another creature onto the battlefield, since next turn I'm just gonna drop a board wipe. Supreme Verdict. And that's my turn. Okay, I need to just get this into the graveyard, and then ideally steal this, and I think we have a really good game ahead of us. Nothing here flies, so Malcolm can just attack over all of them. Then I still have 2 more creatures I'll have to deal with, regardless. How many lands do I have? 4 of them. There's only so much stuff I can play. So I think I will at least go as far as to attack. Oh, this is just getting worse and worse now, is it? I needed to just get at least one of these things countered, but I didn't, so now I think we're gonna just lose the game anyways. can gain control of one of these. I guess we're gonna take the Sliver Queen. So if I make Sliver tokens myself, that's also gonna continue to buff the rest of the slivers on my opponent's field too. If I also make slivers, yeah. Sliver Overlord gains control of. Why did I do that? Gain control of target sliver. Why did I do that? I should have just. Why did I not take this? I stole the wrong sliver. Shit. I completely forgot about the last ability on that thing. Yep, my mistake. So let's try this again now, shall we? I'm just giving them free lands again. Which could easily just bite me in the ass. I'll play a Ponder. We'll try like this. I get rid of the biggest creature on his field at least. I guess this turn I'm gonna play fetch land, yes. Overlord of the Mistmoors. And then ideally next turn just play a Mina-2, exile this, return it to the battlefield, then it comes back as a creature, then I won't have to wait the 4 turns. And I'll get another 2, like, tokens. And that's my entire turn. Sliver Overlord again. Attack with everybody, wow. I'm at 3 life. Although already down to 3. Still gonna do what I agreed upon last turn. And now that's a creature. And I get 2 more insect tokens to hide behind. My graveyard doesn't have any creatures. This only revives from my graveyard, but still, it's still absolutely bonkers. Top card of my deck is this. Can't cast it right now. I don't have mana for it. I gotta just hope I can survive the next turn. Attacking a Mina-2. I could just chump block with one of these tokens. It's fine. Now there's a Sliver Queen to answer to. Let's see. If I cast this... I spent 3 mana to do it, of course. I could make him sacrifice 1 creature, but of his choosing. That way I can just dig a little bit deeper into my deck. Try and look for an answer there. I'm just double checking to see what's in my graveyard again. Yeah, nothing super impactful just yet, unfortunately. So yeah, she's now at 1 loyalty. Whenever a sliver deals combat damage to a player, his controller may draw a card. I might as well just go and fetch anyways, regardless. To a player, it says. I can block the Sliver Overlord to kill it. And then just animate dead my Mistmoors, and then it's back on the field. I think that makes sense. This has to come in tapped, unfortunately. No negotiating that. And then I have no more black mana, so can't play this right now. If this attacks, I'll draw 2, discard 1 if that attacks. This could block it and just kill it, but I do want to maybe potentially get this Sliver off the field. And then there's also just getting to dig deeper into my deck for further answers. Maybe I can find another answer to what we're dealing with right now. And then I found an unmarked grave. We'd have to play it next turn. Sliver Overlord again. Strict Serenade, I'll counter it. Attacking me with a Sliver Queen. Just block with a token. I'm gonna play an unmarked grave. Because I need to start gaining some life. This will just make 2 more tokens if it attacks. So this will just revive Archon of Cruelty when it attacks. Alright, so one of my creatures just died. Okay, that was the Yorteller that died. But now I have this on the field, so it's more than worth it. And I still have plenty of chump blockers here, too. And I have another piece of counter magic. Or I could just instead play Amina too. And then exile Archon of Cruelty. It'll be untapped, and its ETB is going to go off again. But also, it's untapped, so it could also block. Yeah, we'll just do that. Plus, there's also me just gaining some more life. Can't forget that as well. So if I block this with just the 5-3 and a 2-1, this is gonna die. Yeah, I think we just completely turned the game around. How many more Magic the Gathering? I still, honestly, yeah. Probably... I don't know, but I'm probably gonna at least still do several. I still have, like, more versions of, like, Chandelar, like the original, like, Magic the Gathering game I want to try out. There's still more modded versions I want to give a try. To be specific, like there was like one like modder of Chandelar that made a version of the game with cards up to 1996. To be more specific, like, the newest cards were from Alliances. Which, yeah, that set's gonna be turning like 30 years old in June. That will have come out like exactly 30 years ago, next month. So I was thinking, yeah, maybe play a bit on that mod. And just see, yeah, like what Magic the Gathering was like exactly 30 years ago to the date. How many more slivers are you gonna make me fight? 2 more massive sliver lords. Oh, is that it? And then a human woman who's studying these slivers, also. Creatures you control are slivers in addition to their other creature types. So there's Sliver Queen, and then there's Sliver... I don't know, after this. I don't know, Overlord probably was the scariest one I encountered so far. If I can't kill it and it just has, like, plenty of extra mana to just spend, he could just go get all his best slivers and then keep casting them, and then I'm like, what am I gonna do here against all the Sliver Lords at once? Ooh, a swamp. Also, holy crap, I just noticed I'm already at 18 life. That's it? That's all I have now? It would take my entire turn to set that up. Create a... Okay, it's just gonna be a 1/1 token. Okay, Swan Song can't counter this, unfortunately for me. That does not quite work. I didn't lose any life, okay. So what could we still do here? This can't get rid of Sliver Queen, unfortunately. Do Buried Alive. But then if I can't get those creatures out of the graveyard, it's like, then what? Then what do we do? Apparently my opponent has Reanimate. Coalition Victory! Patriarch's Bidding and Overrun. Honestly, like, terrifying what I just saw in that hand there. Absolutely scary what I just saw in the hand. Oh wait, I have this. I keep forgetting I start with a creature that's just, like, able to revive something. I literally start with a creature that can just revive a creature from my graveyard just by attacking. I'm gonna just take this Sliver Queen for myself. Return Ashen Rider from the graveyard to the battlefield under your control. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have put that into the graveyard as well. Now that's gonna be used against me. Gonna have my own creature used against me there. Entomb. We can just dump something else big into our graveyard as well. Oh. Actually a really good idea. Exile another permanent you own and put it onto the battlefield under your control. And now I got my Ashen Rider back. Alright, so that's 2 of my opponent's creatures dead. Essence Sliver. Play a Mana Leak. Alright, now I can just get rid of something else. Yeah, just get rid of all the lands that can produce mana of any color. Cannot be countered. Okay, sure. I can still remove it from the field. Oh, Reanimate. My copy of Reanimate. Archon of Cruelty is in my hand, so it's not in my library, obviously. So, what do I want to just bring back from the graveyard? Okay, well, that can force me to discard a card. Or better yet, Metamorphosis Fanatic, because every time this enters the battlefield, brings another creature from the graveyard back with it. And now I have Archon of Cruelty in my graveyard. Again, no blocks. Skyclave Apparition will just get rid of Root Sliver. Alright, I lose no life. Plains. And then from here... I don't think we... Yeah, probably don't even have to really think that hard about this anymore. Just seeing, like, trying to see what's blocking where. Exile another permanent I own, Metamorphosis Fanatic. Will re-enter the battlefield, and then I can just bring another creature back from my graveyard. Discard 3 cards. I'm gonna mana drain the Talon Sliver. I guess if for some reason I needed to bring another creature back. There we go. That just turned into an absolute slaughter fest. Can sacrifice a non-token blue creature to play this for 0 mana. Honestly, don't mind if I do. Creatures of the chosen type can't be the target of spells or abilities. Choose any creature type, and then they all get Shroud. There's one last sliver up there, but there's also Ruka-Rumel. Slivers you control and non-token creatures you control are also another chosen creature type in addition to their other creature types. Oh, wow. Okay. That should be interesting. Meanwhile, I don't really think I got anything for my first turn. Meanwhile, no, I got nothing. They all gain lifelink. Alright, let's put out something that can produce blue mana. Oh, that has flashback? Okay, we found an unmarked grave. Yeah, we just found the perfect answer there. That is a creature, so Spell Pierce won't address it. I'm gonna erode this. Yeah, we really just need, like, one creature to get us going here. If our creature is Archon of Cruelty, that is. Sliver creatures are indestructible. Yeah, good thing I didn't just immediately go cast this, because this wouldn't work right now. Alright, that will just let me get, like, everything off the field. So now I'm discarding 2 cards. I'm not seeing too many non-creature spells that I need to counter, so I'll pitch the Spell Pierce. Creates a token that's a copy of Quicksliver. Alright. I'll block that one. And now I have a Gifts Ungiven. Yeah, I can just put, like, all my creatures into my graveyard if I want, or 2 creatures and then 2 spells to bring them back and see what I get to keep in my hand. Dance of the Dead and Animate Dead into my hand, and then the 2 big scary creatures into my graveyard. That is actually perfect. And then this will just attack again, and I get to put Ancient of Treachery onto the battlefield for free also. We'll use that to steal one of the lands. At that point, we're just going to steal a land. Okay, passing on nothing. So yep, that means we just win now. Alright, so let's see what I won. Search your library for any equipment card, and put it into your hand. Okay, that's definitely worth keeping. Only 1 mana to go grab any equipment, put it directly into your hand. That's a keeper. Dan Frazier, Talisman of Hierarchy. Slivers of Double Strike. Okay, that too is a land on the back. If The source you control would deal damage to a permanent or player deals triple that damage instead, and it even has Convoke. That is interesting. Even has Convoke. 3/3 artifact sliver with no abilities, but it is a sliver. And another landscape sketchbook. I have so many of these now, it's not even funny. So it looks like this is the last one right here. This is the last one. The first sliver. Slivers have Cascade. You play this and then you just exile cards from the top of your deck until you hit one with less mana value than whatever you cast, and then you cast that for free too. I'll try this hand. Also, I really only do start with 27 life. That's why I keep running out of life so quickly. That way I actually have a creature to put away turn 3. All slivers have Exalted? Oh, really? Slivers have Exalted. Oh, really now? Okay, just the Chromatic Lantern. I think I'm just gonna block this one. I'm gonna try and just overload this next chance I get. Okay, maybe Barrow of Goyf can also hold them off for a bit. Maybe? Holy shit. Block the 7/7. And then now I'm gonna cast... Okay, first I'll just drop a Sol Ring. Overload this. And then I can't do anything else. And now I'm already staring down a Sliver Queen. Now staring down Sliver Queen here. Okay, I have an answer to it. Okay, I can answer it. Unless I pay 4, he gets to draw a card. Nah. So yeah, non-creature spells. Every non-creature spell, because of Mr. Grimora, he just gets a free draw. My deck is mostly non-creature spells, actually, so this... Or better yet, why don't I just destroy it so he stops getting free draws? Play a Mox Pearl, because we can. Oh, Source the Plowshares. If I need to just get rid of a big scary creature, then I can do that. I'm gonna Source the Plowshares this thing. Necromancy can bring a creature back from the graveyard. That can do any creature card, right? Yeah, it does. It covers any graveyard. I can steal a Sliver Queen for myself. We're still on a measly 8 points of life. Really don't know how to feel about this. I'll sacrifice this to itself to play the Necromancy. So yep, now I have a Sliver Queen. Could just start making free tokens myself, or I could just put a bunch, try and put some other stuff on the board. What to do? I'll play Shorikai. Yeah, that's gonna resolve again. Hibernation Sliver also. Cascade into a Swords to Plowshares. I'll counter this. Why would I pay 2 life to give my opponent their own card back? I could do that, but no, why would I ever do this? You could do that, but no, why would you ever do that? What am I discarding now? So that flies. That gives everything lifelink. I think I want to get this off the field. Not to be confused with the Minecraft mod installer with the same name. So I'm thinking if I play this, what do I hit? What do I get rid of with it? Because otherwise, if that's still on the field, if I try and target remove something that's a sliver, it can just pay 2 life, put it back into their hand in response. That's what I'm thinking. Could totally just do that. First time playing a Minotaur all game, I think. I guess I'll get the Siphon Sliver off the field now. And then I can't do anything else for the rest of this turn now, can I? No, I can't. Okay, how many things are we cascading into? Inevitable Betrayal! I'm gonna steal my best creature on my deck. I'm gonna literally lose the best creature out of my deck now. When this permanent enters, destroy target artifact or enchantment. No, the Necromancy! Holy shit. Yeah, that's a loss. Yeah, that's definitely a loss. Wow. I'm gonna give this a hand to try, even though it's looking kind of dodgy. Now I need to find myself something that can produce blue mana. And ideally find it quick. If I have to, like, exile my own creature to get a basic island, that's something I could do if I'm desperate. That's if we're desperate. Everything's out flying in haste now, really? I'm that desperate to make sure I get my next land, and ideally something that can also produce blue. Erode. I was hoping this was going to be another land I was going to draw. Actually, no, we're fine. I'll just play a Supreme Verdict and wipe the board. And that's all I can do. I'm just like, at this point, it's like, what do I even do now? Besides trying to keep killing more creatures. I think I want to get rid of the creature that gives everything that he has flying. I think I want that to just go away. So that everything stops flying. I'm thinking that has to go. First Sliver cascading into... Okay, now I can't target them with abilities anymore. I'll just block. Like so. Dance of the Dead. Perfect timing. Perfect timing for this. Into Archon of Cruelty, and yep, that's exactly what we want to be doing with a deck like this. So if I cast Aminatou right now, and then she flickers Archon of Cruelty, I'll make my opponent sacrifice another of their creatures. Yeah, now I need to pick something to discard. I don't think I'm in the mood to, like, lose life still, so we'll pitch that. And this can just chump block this. Farewell, exile all graveyards. Not gonna exile creatures, just the graveyards? Every time I see them play, every time I see a computer opponent in this play Farewell, they always choose the last mode. And only the last mode. Let's just say, even if I had like a board full of creatures that's just gonna kill them next turn, I think they'll still only just choose to exile all graveyards. I don't know, I think they're really just too dumb to specifically play that modal spell. Gifts, oh wow, Gifts Ungiven. So attack, make them sacrifice their commander. I could just wait until the end of their turn to cast this. I mean, it is an instant. Recast the first Sliver. I'm gonna throw a counterspell at that thing. Okay, I guess I don't have double blue, so I can't. Sliver creatures you control have double strike. I'll just cast Gifts Ungiven. I'm gonna see what I get into my hand here. And then where's Reanimate? So I have Agent of Treachery in my hand, 2 Reanimator spells, and I have a Metamorphosis Fanatic in my graveyard. Yeah, I want to draw some more cards. Put this into my graveyard. Animate dead the Metamorphosis Fanatic. And then that, when it enters, can bring back the Agent of Treachery. And then this can steal the first sliver. Play a land because we can. And pass. He literally doesn't even have any cards left in his hand, I just noticed. His hand is actually entirely empty. It's literally entirely empty, I just noticed. He'll just have to sacrifice his creature anyways. Alright, next game. And my opening hand has an Entomb in it. And I think this is playable. Tapped. But anyways, it's gonna still enter the battlefield. But yeah, tapped. I'll take 7. What I'm gonna do next then is play... Well, I guess we can play this. Entomb. And then I could just immediately put it onto the battlefield turn 2. Alright, we'll take 6 again. But after just a few combat phases, he's gonna have no board left to speak of. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, just like that, I've got him down to 1 card in his hand because I've attacked with this, and then I just made it re-enter the battlefield, and now it's like... Yeah, I'm just literally, like, utterly destroying his hand here. His hand is just getting utterly, like, destroyed with this. Oh, choose 2 cards to discard. Anyways. First Sliver cascading into Felwar Stone. Alright. I'm not sure if it really matters too much what I put on top. Shuffle the library at that point. Okay, just the first sliver and a root sliver. I can kill this one again. I believe I still have a creature in my graveyard I can bring back from the grave for free. This one right here. Also attacking him. And that's game. Alright, give me some loot. Give me some loot. Armor of the First. Start with a Sliver Hive on the battlefield. Eldrazi Pentaki Shard 4. sliver lets out a horde shriek as it comes to your killing blow, and immediately the countless other slivers just retreat, leaving you to dispose of your victory. It's just a bunch of slivers, isn't it? Nature's Cloak. Okay, never mind. Skullstorm, Shrieking Mog, and Scourge Wolf. I guess it's not all slivers. Zur Eternal Schemer. I can make my non-aura enchantments turn into creatures with Death Touch, Lifelink, and Hexproof. That might be worth playing in the... Yeah, the commander deck with the older Zur as the commander. That could be fun to play. Play both the Zurs on the same deck. That could be interesting. Okay, pay 5 to cast Amulet of Unmaking, and then 5 more to actually remove something from the game. Nah, we're not ever going to be playing that. Yay, more slivers. And now let's get out of the sliver cave. Our job here is done, let's leave. So there's like more colorless castles, and I think my gut's telling me I have to just go and complete every single one of these dungeons to get into the Eldrazi prison. I think I have to go complete every single one of these. Valor's Reach Arena. Legendary arena where battle bonds are formed and people fight for the simple goals of glory and entertainment. Welcome to Gwafahazid's Emporium of Spells. What are you selling? Spells at a great discount. For just a few times the price of a spell pack that other merchants sell, I give you 50 spells. The spells I sell can be anything. It's 50 random cards for 4,000 gold, you say? I mean, I have plenty of money to just throw around, so why not? We got plenty of money to waste. Let's see what happens. Ginny Faye. Maybe I'll actually keep this. Baleful Strix, which I already have. Holy Avenger? Equipped creature has double strike whenever a equipped creature deals combat damage. And it will do its combat damage twice. You may put an aura card from your hand onto the battlefield attached to it. Oh, holy shit, Marsh Flats. I already have a Marsh Flats though, but now I have this printing of it. Terra Magical Adept. Yeah, this back face can make all 5 colors of mana, so it's a 5. Its color identity is all 5 colors. I've seen like people play like 5-color Reanimator with this in French Duel Commander. I've seen a few decks of that recently. I think it's still maybe worth trying to play. Still might be fun. Discard a card at random to draw 2 cards and pay 5 mana. At the end of each turn, if you control no creatures, sacrifice Thran Quarry. A land that just blows up if you don't have any creatures on the field. I don't know, downside's a little bit too steep for my liking. Your opponents can't play blue... Okay, blue creature spells. Oh, I was like, oh no, imagine if that's like blue spells. Okay, just blue creature spells. It's not that broken. Okay, once we start to get into the lower rarities, that's when it gets a lot less interesting. Rock of Kara Ridges. Classic. Classic from, like... Classic card from, like, the OG Chandalar. Yeah, one of my better win cons when the card pool was, like, that small. And I was playing, like, red and green. One of the better win cons when the card pool is just so tiny. Yeah, a lot less interesting once we get into the commons. And there's an inn here, really now. And there's a free Spire Garden. Enters tapped unless I have 2 or more. I don't think we're gonna have 2 or more opponents, right? How many shops do you have here? Holy cow. How many shops do we have? And there's all kinds of shops here. Oh, wow. Yeah, if I want to go shopping. If I want to go shopping. I was expecting this to just be like a dungeon like any other, but we could go shopping for some cool stuff. And I already like this Court of Calling that I just found. Sacrifice, Aftermath, Analyst, return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Okay, so if I do play a deck that has a lot of lands in it ever, not that I really like playing those. If I were to, that would be a really good card to just throw in there. Bob's Bones. Tim's Prestidigation, so I'm noticing it's all wizards. This looks like just about anything. Artifact shop? Yep, artifacts. Tome of Legends. Old booster packs. I just feel like stopping by and actually buying a few and see what we pull. Old booster packs. Not gonna lie, I do wish there was like a little bit more of a selection, but this is still nice to see. Okay, I think Mirrodin is the one that has Chrome Mox. I mean, if I get lucky and can land on Chrome Mox, that would be pretty nice. And then, yeah, 2 more shops. All white cards? Yeah, pretty much. Okay, here I can just buy more mana shards. We have almost 300,000 gold now? Why don't I just sell enough cards to actually get up to 3,000 gold? 300,000. I don't know, I guess maybe we're just not rich enough just yet. I guess when you just feel like you aren't quite rich enough yet. But yeah, now it's getting like, it's just starting to take extremely long to just go and browse through all the cards that I own, because now we really do own so many. It's starting to get tedious to actually browse through everything we own. An old bordered Craterhoof Behemoth, which I honestly forgot I even had. Forgot I even owned this at all. I don't need 2 doubling seasons. I have better ways to get creatures out of my graveyard now. Like, holy shit. I got so many cards. I already have a way to give stuff double strike as an enchantment anyways. Embercleave. Forgot I had this just lying around too. What even was that other card I just sold? proliferate X times. Another copy of Fierce Guardianship apparently just lying around. I don't know why I still had that fireball. All of these extra copies of Force of Will, all of these extra forests. Can I just sell a few of these? Wow. Still have over 1,400 cards in our collection here. Including what looked like, yeah, the beginning of a Goblin deck that never actually got made. A Goblin deck that simply didn't happen. Hexing Squelcher, and I'm literally not even playing it. Tap target green creature, that's all it does. I mean, against green decks, that would be pretty nice. Humility. Alright, we've got some extra islands also, apparently, because why not? A Triome, I'm literally doing absolutely nothing with it. I don't know why I was holding on to Krark's Thumb for so long, I really have no idea. $300,000 gold, and the cash pile is still... You have the look of a competitor. My shop sells something special. Metals. Blue-haired shopkeep. Of course they have blue hair and they have pronouns. You have the look of a competitor if I've ever seen one. My shop sells something special. Metals. You can wear a medal in addition to your normal equipment. It'll make your battles harder. But of course, warriors who undergo such trials will be lavished with increased rewards for victory, not to mention the glory. Can I just see what you're selling? Opponent starts with 2 enchantments, greatly improves win rewards. Win 2 extra cards from the opponent's deck. Opponent starts with Phyrexian Arena Command Tower. And 2 other cards. Vastly improved bonus enemy deck rewards, +3. Starts with a big handicap. Start with 10 less life and 2 less cards in starting hand. Bonus enemy deck rewards, +3. Opponent starts with 2 creatures. Opponent starts with 2 equipment, adds like 1 extra card if you win. Opponent starts with an extra land. That's it. Bonus enemy deck rewards, +1. I want to look at the descriptions on all of these, in fact. There's no search function for all. There's no search function for your items. Gives opponent 10 starting life. Okay, so it's equipped, but I don't see it equipped anywhere. Okay. That's how we know if it's on, and that's how we know if it's not equipped. Alright, so we have ways to make the game even harder, if that's what we wish to do. So my starting hand, I think, is gonna go down from 8 to 6. Opponents all start with 10 extra life, and I start with 10 less life than the usual. Also curious to see what they were drafting there, and it's just Magic 2011. Let's get some health back. If I'm gonna start with, like, 10 less points of life than usual, let's heal up. All opponents start with trouble in pairs. So that's the arena. The roar of the crowd is electrifying, and the smell of delicious snacks mixes with blood and sweat on the wind. We have a new challenger. My sources say this is the spectacular Hoshino from Blue Archive. Can our new hopeful defeat all of our current competitors to make him the new champion? We're about to find out. Oh, that's a lot of seats. So I'm gonna have to beat them all 1v1, like usual, right? It's gonna just be more 1v1s. A 6-card starting hand. I think that's gonna be harder to deal with than anything else. Losing 10 life, not that big a deal. Them gaining 10 life, not that big a deal. 6-card starting hand, that's just rough. I'm thinking that might honestly just be the deal breaker. I mean, against a stronger opponent, I think that's tantamount to a suicide mission. Against weaker opponents, sure, we can try this for the fun of it. Okay, I can't take any extra turns until I get this off the field. This deck doesn't have any ways to take extra turns anyways. And if I attack with 2 or more creatures or play, like, 2 cards a turn, then he just draws a card. Or if I play 2 spells in a turn, that also just gives him free draws. Okay. Just playing more enchantments, I see. I guess anything just to, like, restrict them from, like, drawing more cards. I don't know. A boxing ring? Whenever a creature enters the battlefield... Okay, if he plays any creatures, that is. I guess if he ever plays a creature. Let's get rid of the trouble in pairs. Oh, never mind. I'll counter the Tamiyo safekeeping. And then from here... I'll just draw another card and see what I find. Yeah, that can go on top of my deck, and then I can play it for the miracle cost next turn. What does this do when it enters? When this creature attacks, you may have it fight Grothama, the All-Devouring. No. No. We'll have Barogoi fight it, because of the Death Touch. Each player draws cards equal to the amount of damage dealt to Grothama this turn by sources they controlled. Oh! I didn't even realize I was gonna get to draw 3 cards. So you're saying I get some extra rewards for just... as in cards directly from the deck, or just... any kind of, like, extra reward. I'll see if I got anything good. Attacking creatures you control have Death Touch. I'll keep it. I'll keep that too. Pay 2 mana, all my stuff gets indestructible and hexproof until end of turn. And yep, that's a Tamiyo safekeeping. It's Peer and Toothy. We'll keep the hand. I guess I'll just grab a Tundra. Cast a Barrogoyf. I'll tag with just this. Mana Drain? Oh, never mind. Whenever a creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. Alright. Sure. Alright, we'll cast this. And then I'll just flicker it with my commander here. Oh, Ashen Rider now in my hand. When Phantasmal Dragon becomes the target of a spell or ability, sacrifice it. Alright. Oh, Phantasmal Image. We'll copy Overlord of the Mistmoors and make even more. We'll make more guys. I have how many tokens now? 8 of them attacking, and I just created 4 of them just now. Yeah, that was just like downright mean. So that's a dragon? Oh, we already beat Grathama. The beautiful and deadly Sylvia and her fiery draconic companion Korvath. Okay, I only see the dragon so far. There's the dragon, and then there's the person riding it. Dragons, your team controls a double strike, and well, that's a dragon, of course. Knights, your team controls a flying and haste, and that's a knight. Now just give me something that can produce black mana already. Then we can just probably run away with the game. Each player searches their library for a basic land card. Well, I can go get my swamp with that. now I suddenly don't have any sources of white mana anymore. Don't really need them anyways. Yeah, now that everything is set up like this, I don't really need white mana anymore, I don't think. Okay, we'll play an unmarked grave and put, I guess, Agent of Treachery into our grave. I'll take control of Trouble in Pairs. I'll discard that. I'll play a Barrogoyf. We'll attack with just the Archon. Can't cast that, but who cares, really? So that's a 4/5. I'll take 4 damage. Why would I play a board wipe? I'm clearly ahead. I'm like way ahead here. Okay, we're gonna bring Agent of Treachery back. So I had to defeat everyone to even go see what's beyond this gate, am I right? I mean, we can just come back here some other day anyways. I mean, I don't even believe this is where I need to be to just go and outright, like, beat the whole game, to, like, do the final boss. It's looking more like just a fun side quest, if anything. Now, what is this dungeon over here? Might as well take a peek if there's anything of interest. Old Weatherlight Dock Site. As in the skyship, the Weatherlight. Coastal Tower. Shivan Oasis. Mysterious Rarities? Is this all rare cards or something? Yeah, they are all rares. Multicolor rare spells. If a permanent enters the battlefield and causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Sounds pretty strong. I want to see what else they might happen to have here. So many good cards. So many cards I don't really need either. Because I already have so many good cards in my collection anyways. Oh, speaking of good cards, there's Animar Soul of Elements. Hydroid Krasis. Leaf Leap Guide? I've never seen this before. You can return your own stuff to your hand. What kind of a deck am I playing right now? Oh, you haven't like seen the deck I've been playing yet? Scions of the Earth Spider. Isn't it just like Cosmic Spider-Man, but yeah, reskinned because they couldn't also print Spider-Man in digital? Dinosaurs on a spaceship. Oh, Coalition victory can just instantly win the game with this. Yeah, you need to play all 5 colors, have a land of each basic land type and a creature of each color, but that's just an instant win. Oh, I thought, for some reason, I thought you were the other guy in chat. So you probably didn't actually see the current deck I'm running. Want to make some money for something you are probably going to do anyway. What was I going to do anyways? The bastards on the ship ahead are old enemies of mine. Led me to getting killed actually, but here I am back alive. Some sort of time distortion. I don't understand it, but... Take them all out and I'll give you this chest of gold I got. See if I can find a stronger opponent to show you. Actually, no, I think I want to go to one of these castles and see what we got going on inside. That's the meta that makes stuff harder, I'll take it off. If I'm gonna go back to a more challenging dungeon, yes. Oh, what is this over here? Looks like a jungle of some sort. What kind of deck do I play? That's the Eldrazi prison itself, isn't it? And this is... what is this? Shark Convergence. Okay, I'm allowed to go inside here. Alright, you're about to see. Amina to the Fate Shifter. That's the one I'm playing currently. I have other decks. And this is here because there's an accessory you can equip that makes you that you lose a card in your starting hand, but you start with this on the battlefield every single game. All it needs to do is attack, and then I can bring a creature card from my graveyard back onto the battlefield. I also pick a lot of good ones with ETB triggers, because this can just exile any permanent that I own and put it back onto the battlefield under my control. So we look for, yeah, ways to get big creatures into the graveyard, and then ways to cheat them into play. This being one of the ways to cheat it into play. Honestly, just makes this strategy way more powerful than it's got any right to be. Alright, so for example, let me show you what I can do. That is crazy OP. I mean, we're still gonna be fine. That is dead, but we're still gonna be fine. So we're gonna do Mystical Tutor. To grab an Entomb. I'll be waiting, I guess, until next turn to just put my best creature, or one of my best creatures, directly onto the battlefield. This makes both of us bring a creature back from our graveyards to the battlefield, but assuming he had any in his grave, I would just come up with the better creature. Yeah, I usually just have the better creature anyways. He's gonna play his commander, but I'm just gonna attack with this and he'll have to sacrifice it immediately. Play a land. 3 damage here? Sure. I'll cast Overlord of the Mistmores. Impending. And then, yeah. Okay, we actually have to do that next turn if she's still alive. I would just exile this and it would return back to the battlefield, and then it would come back as a creature. Do the opponents play Graveyard Hate? From what I've seen, they seldom play, like, good Graveyard Hate pieces. You really don't see that often. Not too frequently. This is getting a little bit repetitive, so I do have other decks. I don't know how many more people want to just see me, like, play Ashen Rider turn 2 every other game. Or Archon of Cruelty. And if you don't mind me, I'm also just gonna want to go swap out one of my accessories. I can show you a commander that I had built all the way back in 2015. So I jumped at the opportunity to just start putting the deck back together in this game as well. Swapped out my Yortiller Anklet for the Glinteye one. Just by doing combat damage with this, I draw that many cards, and if I want to just put +1/+1 counters onto Glinteye so it hits harder and draws more cards, I'm free to do that. So every opponent starts with an Obelisk of Alara. Protection from red. So I'll attack and I'll just immediately draw 2 cards. I'll just cast a Ajani immediately. Glinteye Nephilim gets -2/-2. I was thinking maybe keep Mother of Runes untapped to give it protection, but this is colorless, and Mother of Runes doesn't cover protection from colorless, sadly, so that wouldn't work. That would most certainly not work. You only play Magic on Arena. I know, of course I know exactly what that is. Never been on Arena, but I don't live under a rock. Anyways, I'll see if they're stupid enough to block this Cat Warrior token. Because I'm trying to get this killed so I can just turn this into a Ajani the Cattle Avenger. Okay, I lost my Dockside Extortionist somehow. I mean, it already made me my treasure token, so I couldn't care less. I honestly don't know why I don't see, like, more people who play Marath play this. Because it's just super easy to get the 2/1 Cat Warrior that it makes to die, and then thus transform a Ajani. And this is also just repeatable removal. And I make a free Cat Warrior token every single turn. Okay, fine. Okay, I'll play a Precept Titania, and now Aura Shards is gonna get that off the field. Okay. Don't quite have anything to remove this just yet. I mean, surely I should be able to find something. I can cycle my Wilt to draw another card. Still not really getting any help exactly. I don't want to destroy my own stuff. I can give Shroud to, like, my best creature. Yeah, if one of my creatures had more power, Bridgeworks Battle could help me out. Then this could get me out of the situation we're in. Creatures you control to gain double strike until end of turn. Yeah, I really want to get rid of this quickly. How much mana do I have total? I'll make Marath go and fight... Okay, which of these is worse? I think every single time my opponent plays a dragon, they get a free 5/5. I think this has to go. Yeah, no way I can feel good about letting that stay around on the field. I really like what I just saw on top of my deck. Other dragons have haste. So does this. I just have to survive another combat step. Alright, now I have a Gorgon's Head, so watch this. Give Marath Death Touch. And now any amount of damage that it deals is enough to destroy whatever it damages. Okay, I meant to, instead, destroy another creature. What do you mean I don't have removal? I have the Marath Death Touch combo. It just kind of like took a while to actually find it, but once I did... And it's repeatable until Marath runs out of counters. But even then, I can just recast it over and over anyways. Give it haste, also, because why not? Oh wait, that has haste also, doesn't it? I didn't have enough mana to give this Death Touch or anything. Okay, it's a best 2 out of 3, so we get to keep trying. We do get to keep playing. Yeah, my source of card draw is gone already. Yeah, the Commander was printed... This thing was printed all the way back in 2013. It's been around for a long time. And then for now, that's all I can do, because I need to draw another land card ideally, and soon. We'll draw land next turn. I'll draw one next turn. Gotta wait till next turn. I mean, this is gonna die anyway, so at least spend the counters to kill those two creatures. Arid Mesa. This is a little bit better now. A little bit. Oh, wow. Could just go play this immediately now if I wish. Yeah, let's do that. Spend all my mana for it. I'm gonna take 7 damage here. Yeah, another way to give Marath Death Touch. Okay, never mind. Pretty short on options again here. Putrefy. In response, I'm just gonna make a 2/2 elemental token to hide behind. Yeah, but there's still like just next to nothing we can do here. I'll Flame Slash that away. So now I actually don't got Marath, and I don't got a way to give him Death Touch either. I don't got much of anything now. We really don't have a lot of anything now, do we? You can just keep playing as Big Dragon every single turn. Snow-covered forest. I don't think I have it. I mean, will we have more mana to recast this, like, next turn if I just remove it now? I mean, I can remove it. But can I just keep recasting it over and over and then just completely nullify the purpose? And kind of just completely nullify the purpose of me killing it. Yeah, everything here flies, by the way. Does not help in the slightest that every single thing he plays flies. That's gonna take up, I think, all the mana that I had except for this. Recast Furyborn Hellkite. Skyline Despot. Attack with what? I can survive this. I'll just go fetch. If I had a way to give Death Touch or anything at this point, but no, I don't. What can I Birthing Pod into that could actually give me a shot here? Anything for 3 mana that can get me out of this. Anything for 4 mana that gets me out of this. Anything good for 1 mana I can go get out of my deck that could be of use. Here, I just don't have enough power to push through for lethal. Flage can do 3 damage to something. Imperial Recruiter can go get any creature card with power 2 or less. Will I have enough mana to pull this off, though, is the question. Ward 2? I didn't even know that it had... I forgot it had that. I actually forgot it had that. I forgot it was even there, Ward 2. So I can only kill 1 creature, I guess, instead of, like, 2. That might have given him exactly what he needs to just win. Might have given him everything he needed. 12, 12, 7, 7. So let's see what can block. 7, 7. That's a 12, 12. Menace. There's 5 creatures still on his field. There's still 5 creatures. Still 5 of them. Top card of my deck is another land. And if he just plays, like, 1 more creature, I die anyways, I believe. Because it's probably going to be some shit with flying. It's probably going to be a flyer. Probably. Okay, this time I can pay the ward cost. Now I can pay it. Don't pay 3 life here. Hellkite Overlord, Flying Trample, Haste? Does that have haste? No, it doesn't. I'm at 1 life. I can't use Prismatic Vista. So, what do we do? So what'll it be? How much mana do we got? How much mana do we need? What do we got? What's left? Not enough. I just spent 9 mana. That was all I had. I didn't think I was gonna have this rough of a time with it. I didn't think the matchup was gonna be that bad. Never imagined it could have been that bad. But what do I know? Anyways, I still want to give this like one more try. Yeah, I really didn't think it was going to be that hard to fight this dragon here. I'm starting to think this probably needs to just... I probably need to swap this out for something that doesn't just die to Obelisk of Alara. It just has like a repeatable piece of removal here, which is just absolutely brutal. Or I just like prioritize taking this off the field. I'll just block here while I still have my creature. Okay. Now if only this had like 1 point of toughness less, then Lightning Bolt could just kill it already. But at least now I should be able to actually just keep a bunch of stuff on the field. Pass. At least he's not putting more stuff on the field. He's spending mana to increase this thing's power, so at least he's not putting more stuff on the field instead. Kind of what I'm thinking right now. At least he's not playing more stuff right now. But still, it's like, what do I do here? I think still my options are hella limited. Lightning Bolt. And then Marath will do the last point of damage to it to kill it. I'll pass turn. Bloomvine Regent. He's just gonna gain some life when this enters. I got another land on top. That's apparently the best we can do. Just lands, lands, and more lands. Oh no, I just really need to deal with all these flying creatures. Yeah, blocking them was just a no-go because they all fly. There's the 7/7 again. Okay, top card of my deck is a Flage Titan Fire's Fury. Let's cast it. 3 damage to any target. We'll just spend 2 counters to finish this thing off, that's the thing. I'll have Flage escape and then do another 3 damage there. I'm hoping this makes things slightly, ever so slightly more, like, actually manageable. Of course. Can't block anything because they all fly. Eldritch Evolution, okay. I know what we're gonna do here. Produce some mana. I'll select a non-land permanent to sacrifice. Nightshade. There it is. Soul Bond. Pay the ward cost also. Attack. Do 3 damage here and gain 3 life. Gain some much needed life right now. Play an Arcade Signet also. Pass. Okay, at least I can't attack yet. Soul Bond these back up again, and then do 1 damage to Udvar Hellkite to instantly kill it. Attack. 3 damage here. And I'll gain 3 life. Play a Birds of Paradise. And then pass. Again, just do 1 damage to kill it. Skull Clamp. This just gets better and better. So now I can start to refill my hand. Put a +1/+1 counter over here. I guess everyone that can attack, well... Hexproof as long as it's untapped, okay. Yeah, I think finally I got him on the ropes here. Alright, now I got that crown back. If we need to play this next turn, we can. Okay, no attacks. On Thin Ice, we'll just get rid of the commander. Okay, now I have to just pull something like that off again. First order of business, again, will probably just be get Obelisk of Alara off of the battlefield. And yeah, my opponent sadly gets to go first. Karthus goes first. Sarkhan Vol. Gain control of this, untap it, give it haste until end of turn. Sure. Since I'm expecting this to die anyway soon. Alright, let's draw 3 cards also, don't mind if I do. And then discard one of them. Again. I still alive here? Okay, I still have 26. He's got a full hand of cards. And like a few halfway decent creatures too. Okay, I don't think he has Sargon Vol on the field anymore. Yeah, he used the -2 ability twice. It started with 4 loyalty. Yeah, that just about checks out. Maybe I just don't want him to attack for 5 next turn. It would only be 5 damage. Plus, I get to keep digging deeper into my deck. I'll draw 3 cards and actually won't be able to play anything. I'll just have to discard to 7 cards anyway, so... Creatures you control gain double strike until end of turn. I'm gonna block the 4-1, the 2-1. It's gonna do... It would do 4 damage if I didn't block. Still drew 2 off the Skull Clamp at least. So now I have to figure out how we're gonna out this. Because this is on the field now. I only have 4 mana, and if I play Marath, I just spend 3 of it just to put that on the field. Oh, and this has double strike too? We're not gonna be here for long if I don't get this off the field. Plus, this has double strike too. Plus, that has double strike. If I had like 1 more mana, this wouldn't be so bad. But yeah, problem is, I don't. I can play a Basilisk Caller. Yeah, but then what? But I think that's about it. I'm still alive for now. Three mana to play Marath, 2 to equip. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work. I don't think this works. Nah, it doesn't work. He was too fast. Yeah, he got off to a much too fast a start. I've actually had more mana, but the thing is, I simply don't have more mana. Okay, we can go to... I thought we were on game 3, but no, we were on game 2 this whole time. Yep, that's a keeper. That's gonna probably become a plateau. No, I'll do a stomping. I'll do a stomping round. I'll wait till this is gone to play my Fauna, or I just play Fauna Shaman now. Okay, I'm not gonna lose either one of those creatures. Sunpetal Grove. First order of business, get the repeatable give -2/-2 off the field. It's the -2/-2 that's like killing me. It's like, yeah, the removal against my 2 toughness creatures is that's what's really killing me. So yeah, simply gotta just take that off the... Holy cow. What did it just do? Sacrifice a black creature, a red creature, and a green creature? Put a Hellkite Overlord into play. Not even attacking with it? Well, I'm gonna source the Plowshares that. Sacrifice, yeah, 3 creatures. Just put the Hellkite Overlord directly into play, but obviously I'm getting rid of that. Get rid of that as soon as I can. So yeah, that is a big swing of tempo in my favor. Bright Glass Gear Hulk, we'll get Basilisk Collar. And we'll get Skull Clamp. Card draw and just like really efficient removal paired with Marath. We'll get both of these. Pass. Hellkite Charger will just attack me for 5. Okay. I'll play On Thin Ice to remove it. For 1 mana, remove it. Now I got Death Touch and Lifelink going over here. Play a Birds of Paradise. Alright, this time looks like we're gonna be the one winning. Put a +1/+1 counter over here. Pass. Okay, he's just playing a Garruk's Uprising. Literally not adding anything to the board that can kill me with that. Nailed it. That's one of these Alara dragons or whatnot. Yeah, one of these, like, legendary creatures down. I think still plenty more to go where that came from. One Goblin Shaman, pay 2 red and sacrifice a black, red, and green creature for Hellkite Overlord. Okay. They cast Dragon Spells without paying their mana costs. $119 gold for that. Translucent Shimmering Barrier blocks your path, and then I'm guessing this is who I have to beat to go and... I'm guessing this is who I need to defeat to go and full clear this dungeon. Yeah, this is enough for now. Yeah, this live stream's gone on for long enough, I'll just save it here.